hi, my name is so and so, and I love class. And I also want to tell you that I gave an audition for Balli's character. 3 primary casting directors, six additional casting directors. My producer Niharika Singh was very involved. She's an actress. She was very involved with each person. I was very involved. So it was very difficult to cast. You know, other than that, by the time you start shooting, you think summer mein shoot ho raha hai. By that time, now monsoon has come, it's raining. So it was just literally one disaster after the other. It's a miracle that we finished this and that it's actually on the platform. So it was a very tough shoot, very tough shoot.
But सबसे obedient student आपकी क्लास का कौन था?
माध्यमा सहगल, सबा.
but किसको डांटा सबसे ज्यादा आपने?
Maybe Piyush. Maybe Piyush. Probably not. मैं देखता ही नहीं कुछ भी. Yeah, I don't have time. I worked on this thing for 2.5 years, 18 hours a day. कहाँ देखूँ web series? I don't get a chance to see.
Hi Ashim, how are you?
Good. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. होना भी नहीं चाहिए because class is already streaming on Netflix and it's getting response. किस तरह के compliments आपके पास आए? ये जानना बड़ा interesting होगा हमारे लिए.
किस तरह की compliments? I think I think it's mostly it's mostly younger people.
Yeah.
Sending me, personal messages कि, घर में ये हो रहा है, conversation हो रहा है. All that stuff is interesting. Especially, I've had lots of messages from people that want to come out actually and have not been able to talk to their parents about being gay. I've had messages from girls that have had, similar situations to Suhani or characters in the show. School, there's people who've been cyberbullied. So it's very interesting to have, people that say, ये तो, this is my story. मुझे भी हुआ है school में. This is something that I've had and I've never seen it represented on screen. So I think that's for me kind of a great thing, just people feeling like they've been represented for the first time. It's nice.
Clearly, it had a positive impact on people, as you're saying. जिस तरह से लोगों के अगर messages आ रहे हैं, and that you're right also because younger generation is the one जो class के बारे में इस टाइम बात कर रहा है. Somewhere बहुत ज्यादा expectations भी सबको थी because जब पता चला था कि elite है जो show है, already बहुत सारे seasons आ चुके हैं, it's a super hit show और उसका Indian adaptation है, कहीं ना कहीं वो एक expectation set हो जाती है. So it was there since the starting. I think जब trailer release हुआ था और bonus trailer दिन उसके बाद आया तो कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को लगा था कि कुछ बढ़िया आने वाला है. And I still remember the time I was talking to Tanya Bami the other day, the series head of Netflix. I was just chatting with her the other day and I told her कि मैंने उसी दिन comments पढ़ लिए थे कि लोगों ने बोला था कि finally Indian teen drama जिस तरह का हमें चाहिए वो आ रहा है. And it's great कि वो आया and लोगों के आपके पास इस तरह के feedbacks आ रहे हैं. That's good to know.
नहीं, शुरू में तो सस्ता elite बुला रहे थे ना सबको. saying everyone was saying ये तो सस्ता elite लग रहा है, Indian elite लग रहा है, copy लग रहा है. And ये जो खुशी की बात है कि you see after 1 week nobody's talking about sasta elite anymore. I feel like that's a huge compliment to the show कि और कुछ हो रहा है इसमें. Class is about something else, even though the plot points are the same. People are suddenly there's this emotional connect and now it's suddenly going the opposite. यार original में मजा नहीं आ रहा था. It was cold. Now I'm feeling an emotion. And I think that's a very interesting switch that's happened from when the first teaser and trailers were released to now people immersing themselves with the show. There's a switch in terms of interaction and that's very positive.
I think topic के साथ-साथ execution के साथ-साथ there's one more thing which I personally loved a lot. वो है यहाँ का music. क्लास का म्यूजिक मुझे बहुत ही ज्यादा ऐसा लगा जो मैंने प्लेलिस्ट में ऑलरेडी ऐड कर लिया है. एंड द वन सॉन्ग दैट्स like playing in my head right now is गिरता संभलता. I mean I absolutely love it. So कितना फोकस था आपकी तरफ?
बहुत ही फोकस था इस पे. It was a big fight because of course original elite में तो it's like a telenovela the original ना, वो तो काफी mainstream है. So it was very like pop hits and club hits and so there was a lot of pressure. Of course Netflix was like we need to have really good music and I said now अभी good music थोड़ा ये subjective हो जाता है ना कि what is good music now and do we necessarily have to have conventional mainstream stuff, or can we look at bedroom producers? Can we look at people we don't know?
Yeah.
So this soundtrack, I have to say, and I have to take full credit for it, that I've actually handpicked every track on the soundtrack. Most of these kids don't have labels, they don't have music labels. They were not represented. Many of them are not even on Spotify. They were not streaming initially. And because I have a long connection with the underground music scene in
Yeah.
Mumbai from a long time. I knew a lot of these people personally. I reached out to them, including a couple of artists that are actually, from Pakistan, who were like really surprised that, they were like, "You want to put us in a show?" And I say, "Yeah, this stuff is amazing." So the tracks are all really from people who are very independent artists. None of them are, out there. Probably the most famous is Prabdeep, and he's not even that, mainstream. So it's a very eclectic, very independent score, and I'm very happy that people have liked it. It kind of proved my point that we don't have to be filmy. We can still have a score that's very Indian. It doesn't have to always be filmy.
Okay. कल मेरी मोजेस से बात हुई, मोजेस कॉल से इसी सीरीज से रिलेटेड हमारी बातें हुई, एंड ही इज आल्सो अ म्यूजिशियन, यू मस्ट नो ऑफ कोर्स. सो उन्होंने भी लाइव के बीच में ही प्लेड अ गिटार एंड ही वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट तबला आल्सो, एंड देन उन्होंने मेरे को एक सिफारिश करने को बोला जो मैं कर देती हूँ. उन्होंने बोला कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं क्लास के नेक्स्ट सीजन में म्यूजिक भी दूं. तो आप बता सकते हो उनको.
I'll have a chat with him about that. He did compose one track, one of the songs, one of the tracks in the nightclub, which are the girls on in the band. That's his track. So, I said, it's your scene, you're in the scene, and it's about, you're very upset in the scene. So to make you less upset, why don't you just do the track? So he did the song.
Oh, nice. He didn't tell me about this, by the way. You told me about this. उन्होंने मुझे कौन बताई. वो ये बताया कि आशिम को मखाने बहुत पसंद है, तो उनसे पूछना उनका फेवरेट फ्लेवर कौन सा है मखाने का, क्योंकि वो शूट के टाइम पे मखाने खाया करते थे. Is that true?
Yes, makhana is sour cream and onion makhana. It's a very weird mix of desi flavors, Indian flavors, a bit like the show in a way. That's my favorite flavor.
Okay. Okay. He was telling me about this कि हम जब शॉट के बीच में जाया करते थे तो he used to have his makhanas all the time in his hand. तो मैंने कहा, oh, that's good, but अच्छी बात है, like it's healthy. Anyway.
It's true. It's the best you can do at that point.
Yeah. So as a director, सबसे challenging चीज अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं क्या रही क्लास को शूट करते टाइम?
क्लास में तो बहुत ही मुश्किल शूट था, क्योंकि दिस वाज लाइक 3 waves ऑफ पैंडेमिक ना. यहाँ तो इट वाज लाइक अ पैंडेमिक प्रोडक्शन. यहाँ पे तो वी शूटिंग इन दिल्ली ड्यूरिंग डेल्टा वायरस, 2 years, 2.5 years. Crew आता जाता है यहाँ पे. Locations were shutting down. We couldn't go out. There were times when we were in the hotel for 10 days. We couldn't shoot. I had 5 DOPs, one DOP, 2 DOPs would shoot. First 2 DOPs, one was Spanish, and she had to go back. There was a Swedish DOP. He said, "Look, man, this is just going on and on. What do we do? And I have another film coming up. So, beech mein mujhe DOP change karna pada, So it's like the crew was rotating. It was like a rotating crew, because we had to keep waiting to finish it. And other than that, by the time you start shooting, you think summer mein shoot ho raha hai. By that time, now monsoon has come, it's raining. So it was just literally one disaster after the other. It's a miracle that we finished this and that it's actually on the platform. So it was a very tough shoot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure कि उसमें continuity maintain करना would have been a very big
crazy. Yeah, because sometimes you look at the shots and the kids are walking from outside. They're going into the school, and the exterior shot in Delhi, the interior shot in Bombay. It's all shot by different DPs, and it's meant to be in one flow. And you have to think कि यार 2 साल के बाद देखना पड़ा कि यार इसके बैग लेफ्ट साइड में हाथ, where's the bag, where is that purse, it's not in her hand, background action नहीं है वहाँ पे. तो it was very hard to maintain that for sure.
Must have been crazy. Yes. और मुझे एक और बात बताओ कि जब आप शूट कर रहे थे, who was the easiest one to deal with? Because I was just going through the cast, and जिसमें से एक तो मेरा खुद का जूनियर है, हम सेम कॉलेज में थे, पीयूष खाती. So I
Oh,
so I remember जिस दिन ट्रेलर रिलीज हुआ तो I just called him up उसी दिन शाम को, मैंने कहा कि I'm so happy to see you there. So he was like कि यार it's like a miracle that it happened. And उन्होंने मुझे बताई थी ये मेरी बात जो आप बता रहे हो कि पैंडेमिक की वजह से काफी क्रेजी स्केड्यूल रहा था, सब कुछ आगे पीछे हो गया था. बट सबसे ओबीडियंट स्टूडेंट आपकी क्लास का कौन था?
Madhyama Sehgal, Sabha.
ओके. जैसी वो स्कूल
She's
में थी भी वैसे भी.
she's very she's a dancer ना, she comes from dance, तो उनका जो डिसिप्लिन है वो बहुत ही डिसिप्लिन है. So like she takes instructions very well. क्या हो जाता है ना, it was also I guess maybe she was close to the character, the way she plays it, you know. I mean, everybody was amazing, but they would all go in and out of character. No, beach mein suddenly, you know, like for example, Zen is, you know, grown up as a rich kid, kind of, and he kind of is the character of Veer, but he couldn't get aggressive. वो तो बिल्कुल उनका aggression ही नहीं है. So you have like, I'm like, boss, if you don't get aggressive, how do I create a character arc here? You're not getting aggressive. So I had to shout at him to the point where I was like, this is how you shout. This is how, when you're angry, this is how. So, you know, but all the other beats he was able to do really beautifully. So every character, every actor had something that they kind of struggled with, which was not intrinsic to their personality. But Madhyama, I have to say, was she gave me the least difficult time. but they're all like my children, you know. I can't like say anything. I feel like I feel a lot of love for all of them.
Yeah, but किसको डांटा सबसे ज्यादा आपने?
Probably Piyush. Maybe Piyush. Maybe Piyush.
But नहीं, एक चीज के लिए तो I have to compliment you firstly because the cast is very fresh. और ऐसा बिल्कुल ऐसा, you know, एक चीज होती है, I'm not saying कि जो पहले से एक्टर्स हैं उनमें कुछ बुराई है, I won't say that and we can't say that of course, but कास्ट बहुत फ्रेश लग रही है. जिस तरह का ये कॉन्सेप्ट था मुझे लगता है कि वो बहुत अच्छी तरह से वेल सूटेड भी थे टू देयर कैरेक्टर्स एंड वो क्लियरली दिख रहा है. तो आई डोंट थिंक कि कास्टिंग के ऊपर कोई क्वेश्चन कर सकता है कि यू नो ये अपने कैरेक्टर पर सूट नहीं किए या वो अपने कैरेक्टर पर सूट नहीं किए. सो आई रियली वांट टू नो कि कितने पर्टिकुलर आप लोग थे अबाउट द कास्टिंग.
Particular, तो मैं तो obsessive हूँ about casting. We cast everybody between the ages of 18 to 30 years old in 4 major cities over 1 year. You know, her Instagram, I was looking at Instagram, you're looking at TikTok, you're looking at, we cast a lot of people from Instagram and from TikTok. We had 3 primary casting directors, six additional casting directors. My producer Niharika Singh was very involved. She's an actress. She was very involved with each person. I was very involved. So it was very difficult to cast this show. I mean, it's not that we did not you know, look at everyone. In fact, sometimes I'm on the street in Mumbai and people say to me that, hi, my name is so-and-so and I love class. And I also want to tell you that I gave an audition for Balli's character or whatever. So a lot of people were cast, you know, and this was, in my opinion, really the best cast for it. There were no second options for any of these characters. It was only these guys.
नहीं, मुझे आपके इस इंसिडेंट से एक इंसिडेंट याद है which is definitely not very related to this but पता नहीं मुझे suddenly याद है, so I would like to share it. So there's a series named Flames. वो भी Netflix पर है, right? TVF की वो सीरीज है. एंड मुझे याद है कि मैं फ्लेम्स की कास्ट का रिसेंटली इंटरव्यू ले रही थी और मैंने उन सबको एज अ शॉक बताया कि you know what, I also gave the audition for this character like a few months down the line and they were like surprised. They're like, what, you did? Yeah, I used to do acting also. And they were very surprised. तो I did kind of, you know, वो चीजें घूम फिर कर आती है, you know, एक अलग ही फीलिंग होता है जब आपको कोई बताए कि हमने भी इस चीज के लिए ऑडिशन दिया था या हम भी इसका पार्ट बनना चाहते थे or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I met a lot of people who've tested, and yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have anything to say to them that, you know, maybe try some other character perhaps. It's not necessarily that maybe just didn't fit that thing.
Yeah, true. That's very true, of course. अच्छा, एक और बात बताइए, तो कास्ट की आपने बात बताई, लेकिन अभी रिसेंटली कौन सी सीरीज, वेब सीरीज या कोई ऐसा वेब शो देखा है जिसको देख के आपको मुंह से निकला कि वाह क्या बनाया है, ऐसा कुछ है जो अभी रिसेंटली आपने देखा हो?
Probably not. मैं देखता ही नहीं कुछ भी. Yeah, I don't have time. I worked on this thing for 2.5 years, 18 hours a day. कहाँ देखूँ web series? I don't get a chance to see anything. I
Really?
mean, I'll watch something. I'll watch something if a friend of mine has made it. You know, like a film or something. कि यार मैं तो बनाया है. Like my friend, my friend Shaunak Sen's film is going to the Oscar. I've watched it. Things like that which are personal. But
Yeah.
it's very hard for me to sit. It's very hard for me to become the audience and watch stuff. I just don't get the chance to do that unless, it's highly recommended or something. There's just too much stuff in the world
Yeah.
to see.
That's true. अच्छा, प्रेशर की अगर मैं बात करूं, was there a pressure initially जब आपके पास ये प्रोजेक्ट आया and when you actually started working on it, because Elite has a certain audience everywhere, not just abroad but in India as well. बहुत सारे लोग फॉलो करते हैं उसके 6 के 6 सीजन्स. So कहीं ना कहीं वो प्रेशर था कि what if something goes wrong, and what if something goes off the track, कि we'll get the backlash also. So कुछ ऐसा था कि perfection चाहिए ही थी हर जगह पर.
Actually, मैं तो कभी Elite को देखा ही नहीं था पहले. So I only saw Elite when I was asked to do the adaptation. I had never seen it. I mean, I knew it was popular and it was like a young adult show, but it was not my thing. I was like, it's not really what I'm interested in so much or whatever. So I watched it only I had actually wanted to make a feature film about teenagers, about rebellious, wild teenagers, quite a long time ago, and I never found a project. And then a production company, Bodhi Tree and Netflix, asked me to look at Elite and say, would you like to do a series? I'd never done a series. Saying, can you take a look at it and see whether you'd like to adapt it for India? So I dekh liya and I said, okay, theek hai, I like it. But, it's not my style. It's kafi telenovela style. So there's a little bit like, glossy and little fantasy world kind of stuff. But as I started watching it, I realized the writing is very interesting. The characters, the situations are very interesting because there's no good and bad people in it. There's no heroes, villains, and all. And everything you expect to happen doesn't happen. It plays out in a very unpredictable manner. So that's actually why I said yes. I said, yeah, ye to aisa lag raha hai ki if we made this in Delhi, it would be amazing, So my first thought was, I don't want to make it like this. I want to make my take on it. I want to make my version of it. So, in my head, comparison tha hi nahi with Elite. I never felt like I was competing. I just felt like it was my own thing. And yeah, of course, people who have that thing that, they have love for the original show, they might get upset. But then they have like 6 seasons of that to watch if they want to watch that. This is something else in a way. It's kind of using it almost like the way you use like a source novel, like a Hamlet or an Othello. How people redo that in a different space, different time. The plot stays the same, but the telling of the story is totally different. So I felt like it was its own thing. And I actually am very happy that it's become its own thing.
Yeah.
That it doesn't always reference back to the original.
Yeah, that's true. अच्छा, season 2 कब आ रहा है? इसके साथ साथ बता दो थोड़ा सा कि क्या update है season 2 को लेकर? Have you started working on it already?
So season 2 actually was never discussed when we made this because I think firstly everybody wasn't expecting this level of success. To be really honest, I think Netflix thought I was pretty wild to put this out there, and they were, everyone was happy with it, but they were like, this is pretty crazy. We've never seen this in India. Let's see how it goes. The audience might just reject it. We don't know. So there was no real it wasn't like one of those things, कि यार ये तो definitely 100% second season में जाएगा. It's, you kind of, there was a bit of hesitation, I have to say. And I think it's only since last week that we're like, oh, wait a minute. I think everybody kind of is really into this, and now there's a conversation about the second season. And I'm sure they will, naturally, because it sort of has that momentum. I'm sure Netflix will want to do a second season. And, maybe they'll do it with other people who can take the stories forward, in a different direction. I'm kind of had my fill right now of the young adult moment. If you ask me, I'm sort of like, I don't know if I want to spend another 3 years doing another young adult thing this season or anything else. Maybe I want to do something else. I'm working on international films, so I'm a bit on that. But I'm sure there will be a second season. That's the feeling I get, and it'll take these characters forward in a different way. But I'm sure it'll be really good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Ashim. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was lovely talking with you. And बहुत मजा आया बात करके, especially the makhana thing was very nice.
The makhana thing, the makhana story.
पलट जाओगे कि मैं तो नहीं खाता था. But
So that's cool. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.